Hi viewers, thanks so much for tuning in today. We'll be starting a new episode of A Case of Distrust, and I don't think it'll take a detective to find out that we have no idea what's going on. We're a little lost right now. Last couple of episodes didn't really make much progress, mostly because I have no idea what we're supposed to do next. So we'll try a different approach this time, kind of see if we can read between the lines. Right here the game is thankfully giving us, it looks like, a little synopsis of what we've done so far. So without further ado, let's get started. So Sam Shipman had told me Green's letter was a fake. He said he'd phone me at Southern Coffee when he got a chance to look into Green's past. I still had to chase up Green's bootlegging. Alright. So if we still need to chase up Green's bootlegging, that is either indicating that we need to talk to the mobster or the go to the barber shop. Most likely. I think we've done all we can here. This is where we last left off, so we'll leave. So do we want to go to Stable's barber shop or the Tin Spoon Lounge? Let's go to Stable's barbershop. I waved down a taxi cab and was on my way. I thought I might talk with the driver to pass the time, so we'll talk this time. What does he have to say? He began talking about his home state of Colorado. Lovely land, he said. Truly blessed with the clean air and wildflowers. Wildflowers. I asked, what about the countryside, or why he left? Let's find out why he left. He said, the people is mostly fine, It's the politics that are rotten. See, I married an Irish Catholic. Now most folks are backwards on that, but at least out here they keep it to themselves. That clan has seeped right into the core of my beautiful state. And now the clan is starting to think national. They're anti-black, anti-Jew, anti-Catholic, anti-Mason, anti-you name it. He shook his head. A day of reckoning is coming with the KKK and our politics. I just hope sanity wins. Yeah, me too. Can't read today for some reason. Alright, the barbershop was down an alley, da-da-da-da. Let's see. So we found out the letter was fake. I think we told him that already. Let's see what this says. Sam Shipman had told me Green's letter was fake. He said he phoned me at Southern Coffee when he got the chance to look into Green's past. I still had to chase up Green's bootlegging. I could always go back to Redstone's stable if I thought I could get further leads from him. I'd gain entry into the Tin Spoon by giving the correct password. I could chase any leads with Tiny Paul, Green's business partner, who I'd seen shooting pool in the upstairs billiards room, or I could visit Green's home if I thought I could find any more evidence lying around. I doubt Mrs. Green would be much of a talker for most of the day, though. Alright, so that wasn't a help. So none of these are helpful. Alright, so I don't know. Don't know that we're getting anywhere with him. Let's go talk to Tiny Paul. Yeah, Tiny Paul. Let's not read it. Yes, we don't need any more junk filling our heads. What are we missing? Oh, lordy. Oh. There's more information here. Why make an old liquor slogan your password? Paul smiled. An old liquor slogan. That's rich. And here I thought you dicks were supposed to be learned. I raised a questioning brow. It's called The Drinking Song, a poem by Thomas Hardy, an old Brit. I asked more about the poem. It's all about man thinking we're the top of the chain and slowly understanding we aren't. All our thoughts, all our theories amount to nothing. We're just apes floating in the wide ocean of space. How can you possibly cope with that? How do we even know what we are now? But to hell with it. Take your mind off it, have a drink, and do something good. Not a bad code if you ask me. I tilted my head neither agreeing or disagreeing, but simply impressed by Paul's knowledge of Victorian poetry. Alright, that's enough of a lesson. Is there something else you wanted, or can I get back to this? He motioned to the billiards table. Alright. Let's just go through everything. So we can't ask about the tickets. Yeah, I don't think any of these. Alright, let's go back. I am ready to give up again for the day. Oh. Didn't it just look like he, did he take notes about that? Ashtray and glass. Let's ask him about that. Nothing. Alright, let's go back to Southern Coffee. I don't think any of this is helping. Nothing yet. What do we want? Have some gin. just go through them all. I think we asked about the ashtray, didn't we? Nothing. Never mind. I'm at a loss. All this money we're spending on taxis. Okay, so we're sure nothing's going on here. We definitely got everything here. Okay. But it has to be the barber shop. Alright, do we get everything here? It looks like it. I don't think we're missing anything here, so. What if we ask him about the trip? Alright, what if, what if we ask Tiny Paul about the picture frame? I'm I'm trying not to look it up. We should be able to figure this out ourselves. Alright. Let's see here. What do we think? Do we just go through everything? I don't know. I'm trying to think. So we can't do anything with the wife. We want to investigate Green's bootlegging and discover his past. We're probably gonna find out about his past from his wife, you would think, or Tiny Tim, or Tiny Tim, Tiny Paul. I am at a loss. Tickets to St. Louis. Tiny Paul, we can't ask him. Frankie seems to know a lot. Have we asked Frankie about the tickets? I'm getting myself confused because I don't remember who I asked what. This is a disaster. Sample from green source. I know. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the wine's from Vancouver. I had to work every muscle in my face to stop my jaw from hitting the floor. Where's the wine from, Paul? I asked him again. It's from Vancouver, he repeated. Frankie had told me that only Napa grapes had this type of spice. If Paul didn't know this bottle was local, I wasn't going to tell him. But it told me something very important. I had to confirm with Frankie. But if my hunch was on the money, then Connor Green was not getting his wine from Canada, and he wasn't playing square with Tiny Paul. Anything else, Paul asked me? I snapped back into the moment and considered if I needed him to tell me anything else. No, we don't need anything else. We're gonna go talk to Frankie. Alright, let's talk. Do we have a message yet? No. I told him, remember that wine you offered me? Oh, the Zinfandel you nearly finished. Where did you say that grape was from? It's from here. California, Napa or Samoa. Are you sure? Yes. That's the only place these grapes grow nowadays. And not Canada. What are you swinging at? Tiny Paul had a bottle of wine that tasted the exact same, that identical spice. He said it's from Green's bootlegging source from Vancouver. Malone, I'm telling you, he said, no wine anywhere else in the world has that spice. It ain't from Vancouver, and Green ain't getting it cheap. I nodded. Well, you just confirmed my hunch. Green's got no source. He must be swindling Tiny Paul and the entire Ferry gang, and I bet he'll run away with the money. Frankie let out a long whistle in disbelief. Ooh. So he's saying he ain't getting it cheap. So it's expensive wine. Just then the phone rang. Frankie picked up with a hello, right, and then handed the receiver saying shipment. Nice. PC, he said, his excited voice crackling the speaker. Find anything on Green, I asked. Nothing, he said. I was puzzled. Then why did you call? That's the idea. First, got pinched for a brawl in the Ferry building. That was in November 1920. Before that, no Connor Green anywhere around the bay. Strange, he continued. Has trouble staying out of a mess, mixed up in something nearly every week, so only appearing a few years ago. That Oakland backstory is Swiss cheese. What are you thinking? Green's got a different past, I asked. He said. Guess that he just got here in 1920 and never been straight from where he's from. Wait, I said, if Connor Green was a criminal in another town, easily some cop would recognize the name and send him back home. SFPD isn't that thick. Right, Shipman agreed. If it's the same name, could be his real identity disappeared in another town. I thought aloud, so he might have changed lives. Is there any way to confirm that? If Green fled, the local bulls would keep looking for him, but not if they thought he died. Get these cases sometimes where mobsters fake a death to escape a burg. Use a mangled stiff to do it, someone unrecognizable. That way, they get out of town without a chase. Got any mobster deaths in 1920, I asked? A ton, too many to look through. But narrow the search for me. A town he might be from. I could check a specific city's archive. Anything in your notes that tells us where he could be from? Yeah. He's, possibly from St. Louis. I found some tickets to St. Louis in Green's apartment. I told him the missus was ruffled when I picked them up. I stayed on the telephone while Shipman used another line to call his contact at the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. I was nursing a glass of gin when he got back to me. Lucky break, PC. Seems there's one that fits the bill. He read aloud an article from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch dated October 8, 1920. Gun battle at June's Diner. Gangster dead. Suspected bandit clubhouse scene of another shooting. A heated argument turned deadly Thursday as multiple shots rang inside June's Diner on 14th Street, suspected hideout of Egan's Rats. A man was found dead at the scene, unidentified due to shotgun wounds to his face. Police suspect he is mobster Bragg the Jester, who had hired a private eye to investigate threats on his life. Oh, that sounds familiar. Last month, Chief of Police Brandon said investigating gangster on gangster deaths was a waste of time, and the discovery of the threats led many to believe the police won't look further into the case. Hold on, I said. The Bragg character had hired a private detective. Seems police are quick to forget a case if they got a reason to think it's just gangster violence. This lines up with Green, I said. Gets better. Brett's first name? Connor. I cursed loudly through the telephone. I continue with my theory, and your story says this Bragg was deeply indebted, so maybe Green's just waiting in San Francisco until he's got enough dough to skip town and go home. He has some bootlegging business, Shipman asked. Why would he leave that behind? No, I shook my head. His wine is completely bunk. It's local stuff, not any Canadian route he might be claiming. I didn't know why he pulled a fast one until now. Returning Bragg to St. Louis could be huge. Swing by the station, we'll iron it all out. I agreed and slammed the receiver on its pegs. Alright, so we need to go to the station. So what's with the news on Green? Frankie asked as I was heading up the stairs. Now it seemed like I had all the details. I summarized it for him. So, the total wrap. Green isn't really green at all. He's Bragg, the Jester, a former member of Egan's Rats from St. Louis. He's Bragg, Frankie was shocked. But he's been here a while, Malone. Sure, I said. But only since 1920. He couldn't pay off his debts in Missouri, so he faked his death and moved to San Francisco. He's been longing to go back, but he needs a way to settle his score before he can show his face again. Is that where his bootlegging comes in? Frankie asked. Uh-huh. Green set up a sham rum running scheme. He bought local wine, but claimed to get it at lower prices from Canada. He's convinced Tiny Paul to front him a heap of cash for it. Instead of providing the wine, he's planning to skip town with Paul's money, disappearing to St. Louis with enough dough to pay back his debts. He already faked his death once, he'll do it again. He already faked his death once, so he'll do it again here, Frankie asked. That's right, his plan is similar to this last one. Hire a detective claiming he's scared for his life, fake his death, then show the police. Then know the police won't bother with underground violence. Frankie looked at me with a blank stare. Seems like all the pieces fit, he said. So he just hired you as a cover? I sighed. Seems like it. Don't worry about that, Frankie started saying, but I cut him off. I'm going to see Shipman now. I'll sweep away this mess, then come back and see you. Have a stiff drink ready, I instructed. Just be careful, Malone. Egan's Rats have a reputation. They can be ruthless. I turned and walked up the stairs. Alright. So we made a lot of progress. I think now's a good place to stop. Sorry for all the bumbling. Now that we figured that out, I don't think there's hopefully going to be too much more left that'll stump us, but we'll have to see. So tune in next time while we continue this adventure. So thanks very much for tuning in, and until next time, talk to you soon.